My journey through nursing school started when I was a little kid. Ever since I was 6 years old, I always told my parents that one day I was going to become a nurse. They always thought I would change my mind, but I always knew I wanted to be in a field where I felt like I could make a difference every day. So, my senior year of high school, I decided to apply to Worcester State University for their nursing program, and I'm so glad that I did. If you ever told 6-year-old me, or even high school me, that I would be standing where I am today, she would be incredibly proud of how far we've come. My family has always been a huge support system for me through these last 4 years. They were always the people who believed in me when I was going through some of the hardest classes. The past couple of years haven't been the best for us. My dad was diagnosed with cancer my sophomore year and went through chemotherapy and radiation treatments our entire fall and spring semesters. My grandmother had open heart surgery our junior year after she had a heart attack and was sent to Boston, where she made an amazing recovery. My mom started her battle with a neurological disease my senior year, and she is still working towards getting back to where she was before. During all these hard times, I couldn't help but think of all the nurses that have helped my family over the years. They were there for us when we needed them the most and supported us in ways that no one else ever could. These encounters only solidified my passion for nursing more and made me want to be there for my patients the way they were there for us. Unfortunately, this year we lost my grandfather after his battles with cancer and a stroke. He was always my number one supporter and told me he knew I would be the best nurse. He might not be here to see me graduate today, but his words still gave me the biggest push to finish this program, and I know he's watching. Freshman year, I remember being so nervous to start college after finishing high school during the pandemic. I hadn't even seen Worcester State's campus up until the first day of classes. I spent a lot of time with family this year as I was trying to make the transition to college life. I got my first taste for college level classes and started to meet some people around the university. I was so excited to start this journey and work towards my future goal as being a nurse. Sitting in those big lecture halls together always felt so surreal and made me feel like it was where I was meant to be. This year, we had our first nursing classes and labs. We had to do our head-to-toe assessments this year, and I remember being so nervous during the entire thing and studying all the time. We also got to attend our first clinicals at the short-term and long-term rehabilitation centers around Worcester. This was the first time I had ever been around patients, and I was so scared I didn't even know how to talk to them. The more time I spent there, though, the more I learned from nursing instructors and other nurses on the unit. Lots of time was also spent learning how to study for my nursing classes and balance the new workload that came along with them. I also made a bunch of friends in the nursing program this year, and I don't know what I would have done without them. We always found ways to study, whether it was during lunch, in between classes, or in a hallway, but we also tried to find ways to have fun too. I think we all just tried to keep each other as sane as humanly possible and told each other that we could do this. I also had plenty of help from my cats and my dogs when studying at home. They always knew that I just needed a little bit of motivation, so they would sit with me during my long study days. At the end of the semester, we all received our white coats and got to have our entire families there with us. I think this is the part where it started to feel real and like we were all going to become real nurses one day. Junior year is always the year that everyone talked about as being the hardest, and they were definitely right. This year, we had our med-surg, our obstetrics, and our pediatric rotations. We were thrown into long classes, clinical days, and labs. I learned so much this year from so many people, and I think I spent most of the semester studying for all the exams we took. I got to experience what it was like to be in a hospital, working along other nurses and my classmates with patients with different diagnoses. Although our rotations were pretty quick, I think we all did pretty well and made the best of the time we had at each placement. This was also the year I decided to start working as a PCA in the hospital and found myself at Bay State Medical Center in Springfield. This was one of my first jobs in healthcare, and I'm so glad I took the opportunity when it came around. As stressful as this year was, I always tried to find times to be with my friends and my family. It was nice to have the support from my nursing friends who knew what I was going through, and they gave me the extra push when I needed it. I also took plenty of opportunities to go on hikes with my dogs to clear my mind after long, stressful class days, which I think really helped make me focus more on the work that had to be done. Now we come to senior year. This year, we got to do clinical placements for community and mental health. I got plenty of volunteer opportunities and also got to see nursing at different facilities other than the hospital setting. We also got to spend some time in the labs doing disaster trainings, learning about hospice and home care, and walking around the campus with our headsets on during our Hearing Voices lab. I have also gotten to spend the last semester on West 3 at UMass Memorial learning how to put the nursing pieces together for post-graduation. Over spring break this year, I got the opportunity to go to Ireland with some nursing students to meet those from a partnered university in Letterkenny, Ireland. That experience taught me about nursing in a different country as we got to see their respite homes, hospice centers, and hospital facilities. It also showed me how to be open culturally with people you meet and how we can all learn from each other. Over these past 4 years, I've been able to build my skills that I've learned, like giving different medications, providing therapeutic touch, and also just being a listening ear for my patients. Being at the bedside has really showed me that I can make a difference during every shift, no matter how big or small it may feel. This last year has been filled with so many exciting but scary things, like finding our first jobs, preparing for graduation, getting ready to take the NCLEX, and taking time to soak up these last few weeks together. It feels like just yesterday we were all freshmen and started in this program and this long journey together. Nursing school has probably been one of the hardest things that I've done in my entire life up to this point, but I can happily say I have no regrets and I'm so proud of myself for getting here. I will take everything Worcester State University has taught me through these last 4 years and bring them with me to my first nursing job. I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us, but I know that there's nothing else I would rather do.